The Owl in the Sarcophagus by Wallace. Two forms move among the dead, high Sleep, who by his highness quiets them, high Peace, upon whose shoulders even the heavens rest. Two brothers. And a third form, she that says goodbye in the darkness, speaking quietly there to those that cannot say goodbye themselves. These forms are visible to the eye that needs out of the whole necessity of sight. The third form speaks, because the ear repeats, without a voice, inventions of farewell. These forms are not abortive figures, rocks, impenetrable symbols, motionless. They move about the night. They live without our light, in an element not the heaviness of time, in which reality is prodigy. There sleep the brother, is the father, too, and peace is cousin by 100 names, and she that in the syllable between life and death cries quickly, in a flash of voice, keep you, I am gone, oh keep you, as my memory is the mother of us all, the earthly mother, and the mother of the dead. Only the thought of those dark three is dark, thought of the forms of dark desire. There was a day, one day a man walked living among the forms of thought, to see their luster, truly as it is, and in harmonious prodigy to be, a while, conceiving his passage as into a time that of itself stood still, perennial, less time than place, less place than thought of place, and, if of substance, a likeness of the earth, that by resemblance twanged him through and through, releasing an abysmal melody, a meeting, an emerging in the light, a dazzle of remembrance and of sight. There he saw well the foldings in the height of sleep, the whiteness folded into less, like many robings, as moving masses are, as a moving mountain is, moving through day and night, colored from distances, central where luminous agitations come to rest, in an ever-changing, calmest unity, the unique composure, harshest streakings joined in a vanished violet, that wraps round the giant body the meaning of its folds, the weaving and the crinkling in the backs, as on water of an afternoon in the wind, after the wind has passed. Sleep realized was the whiteness that is the ultimate intellect, a diamond jubilance beyond the fire, that gives its power to the wild-ringed eye. Then he breathed deeply, the deep atmosphere of sleep, the accomplished, the fulfilling air. There peace, the Godolphin and fellow, estranged, hewn in their middle as the beam of leaves, the prince of shither-shade and tinsel lights, stood flourishing the world. The brilliant height and hollow of him by its brilliance calmed. Its brightness burned the way good solace sees. This was peace after death, the brother of sleep, the inhuman brother so much like, so near, yet visted in a foreign absolute, adorned with cryptic stones and sliding shines, an immaculate personage in nothingness, with the whole spirit sparkling in its cloth. Generations of the imagination piled in the manner of its stitchings, of its thread, in the weaving round the wonder of its need. And the first flowers upon it, an alphabet by which to spell out holy doom and end, a B for the remembering of happiness. Peace stood with our last blood adorned, last mind, damasked in the originals of green, 1,000 begettings of the broken bold. This is that figure stationed at our end, always in brilliance, fatal, final, formed out of our lives to keep us in our death, to watch us in the summer of Cyclops, underground, a king, as candle by our beds in a robe that is our glory as he guards. But she that says goodbye, losing in self the sense of self, rose out of prestiges of rose, stood tall in self, not symbol, quick and potent, an influence felt instead of seen. She spoke with backward gestures of her hand. She held men closely with discovery, almost as speed discovers, in the way invisible change discovers what is changed, in the way what was has ceased to be what is. It was not her look, but a knowledge that she had. She was a self that knew, an inner thing, subtler than looks declaiming, although she moved with a sad splendor, beyond artifice, impassioned by the knowledge that she had, there on the edges of oblivion. O exhalation, O fling without a sleeve, and motion outward, reddened and resolved from sight, in the silence that follows her last word. This is the mythology of modern death, and these in their mufflings, monsters of elegy, of their own marvel made, of pity made, compounded and compounded, life by life. These are death's own supremest images, the pure perfections of parental space, the children of a desire that is the will, even of death, the beings of the mind, in the light-bound space of the mind, the Fourier flare. It is the child that sings itself to sleep, the mind, among the creatures that it makes, the people, those by which it lives and dies.